Baby, how you feeling? Girl, need to kick off your shoes. Gotta take a deep. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first Wednesday show. I'm Lou Johnson.
And I'm Walter Marion, and welcome to Variety Wednesdays with Walter and Lou.
This is going to be a little bit different from other YPM shows. We are going to be more focused on comedy and highlighting individual performers and really people from all around the country. We got performers from a lot of different places today that you might not normally get to see at the local. So let's hop right in with this week's top stories. A 1,700-pound manatee was rescued from a Saratoga waterway last weekend, and she turned out to be packing a big Mother's Day surprise. She was pregnant. Even more surprised was the manatee father, who thought they were going to take it slow. Thankfully, he doesn't need more time to work on his dad bod because he is a manatee.
An 11-year-old skateboarder from Brazil has become the first in the world to complete a 1080-degree turn, breaking a record formerly held by legendary skater Tony Hawk. I was just surprised to find out that there were any other professional skateboarders besides Tony Hawk. Rock on, kid!
In a recent interview, Michael Phelps said that quarantine was taking a toll on his mental health. Yeah, us too, said everyone else.
Asian giant hornets, which can grow up to 2 inches in length and sting multiple times, have been sighted in Washington and Oregon. Their activity has put the country in a frenzy. Here to tell us more is the self-proclaimed bee genius, Barry Bittmore.
Hey, is this thing on?
Mr. Bittmore, it's so nice to have you.
Stopping you right there, Mr. Mary. The name's not Bittmore. That's my middle name, you know. I'm Barry Bittmore, no last name, you know. So, you know, it's confusing. I get it a lot. It's okay. People get confused. It's okay. So what happened? I'll bring you back. You know. So it was a hospital room. It was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, sometime in the 90s, I think. And I came, sliding right out of my mom, right? Sliding right out nice. They took the baby. That was me. They took the baby. They gave the baby to my mommy, and they gave a piece of paper to my dad. They said, write down his name. He started writing down his name. He got my first name, Barry, which is my great-great-great-grandfather's name. He loved the name Barry. Second name, Bittmore. Then he got writer's block. Yeah. I'm on a first name basis with everybody, Mr. Marion.
Wonderful. All right, Barry. Now you're joining us all the way from New Jersey.
No, it's not New Jersey, Mr. Marion. It's confusing. I get this a lot too. It's fine. It's confusing. It's not your fault. It's Mr. Johnson's fault. He should have told you. It's New Jersey City, Ohio. The founder, he came. He got a little bit confused. I understand. He thought he was in Jersey. He was in Ohio. It's called New Jersey City, But what you gonna do about it? It's a lovely town, though. I grew up there from when I was age 5, age 6, age 7, age 8, age 9, all the way up to the 50s. It's a great town. Let's see, we got a church, we got a tiny little synagogue, very small synagogue. We got a great school system. We got a school for the 6th graders, for the 7th graders, for the 9th graders, and the 10th graders. It's a great system,
Okay, Barry, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
About myself? Oh, okay, fine. I get it. I'm being interviewed. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. And first let's cover why am I here today on this interview. All right, it's because as you can, I like honey. I'm a bee guy. I understand the way bees work. I run a honey museum at the back of my car. And this is a common misconception people don't understand. They say, but Barry, why don't you run the honey museum out of the front of your car, I saw you guys think of that, right? You were thinking that. You were thinking that. I know you were thinking. You can't fool me. You were thinking that.
Yeah,
but you got to run out of the back of your car because you can't store the quarts of honey in the front of your car. I got honey from the 70s, honey from the 60s, honey from the 50s, honey from the 80s, honey from the early 2000s. That's good honey. I don't have any from the 90s. That was a honey recession, but I got a lot, It's good to have that honey in the back of my car.
Do you want to tell us anything else about yourself?
Yeah, I might have a couple things. I do with some hobbies. I'm a Bigfoot aficionado. That's one thing I like to do.
You're a Bigfoot aficionado. You hunt Sasquatches?
No, I like big feet, Mr. Johnson. I like big feet, you know?
Oh, okay, Mr. Whitmore, let's stop right there. I understand you have something to tell us about the Japanese killer wasps that have recently been showing up in America.
First of all, my name's not Mr. Bitmore, okay? That's my last name. Don't call me Mr. Bitmore. What's your middle name, Mr. Johnson?
Griffin.
Griffin, okay. That's great. That's a great middle name. How would you like to be called Mr. Griffin all the effing time, eh?
That would actually be kind of cool.
Okay. Calm down, Barry. You're just here to talk about the killer bees.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, fine. I'll talk about the killer bees if you want me to talk about the killer bees, okay? I get it. It's fine. All right. Let's cover killer bees, you know? All right. So I come from the perspective, and I'm a bee genius. I know these things. People don't understand me, but I understand bees, so that's all right. So what I believe is that people are scared of these Japanese hornets, Japanese honeybees, coming in. They're going to kill us. They're going to kill us. Oh, good God. Please help me, Barry. And I say, stop it. Stop it. This is a good thing. Think about it. It's logical. And I know mathematics, okay? I'll teach you a little bit about bee mathematics, okay? Think about it. You have a small bee, right? Imagine that. Are you imagine that, Mr. Johnson?
Small bee, yes.
Small bee, right? You squeeze the small bee. How much honey are you going to get?
A small amount.
Small honey, okay. All right, you're on the right track. Now, you take a big Japanese bee. You squeeze the big Japanese bee. How much honey are you going to get out of that big Japanese bee, huh?
I'm not sure I follow.
You're going to get a lot of honey, Mr. Johnson. Think about it. Bigger bee equals bigger honey. This is a good thing for the honey industry altogether, you know? Big bee, big honey.
Barry, is this an opinion among other bee geniuses?
No, Mr. Johnson, I struggle with that. I do. Ever since I was little Barry, he was always pushed around. People told him he wasn't right. He was incorrect about things that he did, things that he said. You know, it was upsetting. People, they pushed around little Barry. They called him names in the hallway when I was a 6th grader, when I was a 7th grader. I didn't go to 8th grade. You know, my school, there weren't any 8th grade schools, but people used to push me around. You know what happened to those people that pushed little Barry around, Mr. Johnson?
What happened?
They got skeletal cancer and died, Mr. Johnson. Skeletal cancer.
Oh my God. What?
Yeah, bad bones, sick bones, baby, sick bones. They got skeletal cancer, they were gone. You don't mess with Barry's ideas. I know what I'm talking about, you know?
All right. Barry Bitmore, everyone. Wow. The Broadway League announced that the Great White Way does not intend to reopen until at least September 6th. This comes as especially sad news for Walter and I, who definitely would have made our Broadway debuts this summer as we both auditioned to be the replacement for Lydia Dietz on Broadway.
The Broadway revival of The Music Man starring Hugh Jackman has also been delayed. This comes as a huge disappointment to old women and gay men everywhere.
Speaking of theatrics, please give a warm welcome to my friend Lily Boulard.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, boys. So I'm going to be continuing with the sharing the news theme we've got going on. So welcome to Hot Takes with Lily, where I update you on only the most relevant, pressing, and jaw-dropping pieces of today's news. So let's start off. This is truly the most necessary information you're going to hear today. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau recently released a message to the children of Canada, encouraging them to reach out to him with homework questions if they were having trouble understanding their schoolwork due to quarantine. Now, personally, I think this is an amazing thing. I mean, imagine having world leaders be your school teachers. I mean, Trudeau could teach logic since everything that Canada does makes sense. Emmanuel Macron, president of France, could teach archaeology since he's basically married to a fossil. It's okay, I'm allowed to say that, I'm half French. And Vladimir Putin of Russia could be a fantastic computer science teacher. I mean, imagine, I teach you how to rig election. I mean, who wouldn't want to take that class? I know I would. And finally, our very own Donald J. Trump could teach drama. No, not theater, just drama. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the weather, shall we? That's always extremely interesting, although right now it hardly even matters what it's doing outside. So most of you are from California, right? Or like LA, not LA? I don't know. I mean, for me personally, I have a very limited understanding of California. It's either LA, Silicon Valley, or irrelevant. But see, where I'm from in the Northeast, here we have seasons. And in the past 3 weeks, believe it or not, we have essentially experienced all four. Yes, last week it snowed here in Pennsylvania. Either that or someone dropped a bunch of shredded toilet paper from an airplane. Oh, that would actually make sense where all the toilet paper went. Maybe someone should check into that. Anyway, now though, the weather couldn't be nicer. I mean, the birds are chirping, the sun is out, although since everyone is inside, the only way you can tell the sun is out is through the improved lighting in people's Zoom meetings. All right, moving on. For all you try-hard high school students out there, where are you at? I feel you. I am with you on this one. College Board advanced placement exams are well underway. And hey, here's some normalcy for you because even amidst a pandemic, College Board is still doing its best to exploit the academic achievements of high school scholars in order to benefit its own capitalist agenda, for normalcy's sake. At least now, AP European history students might better understand historical events such as the Spanish flu, the Great Depression, or the plague. And, speaking of history, a recent article in the Washington Post compares quarantine to the chaos and upheaval of the French Revolution of 1789. I mean, I can't deny it. I can see the similarities, right? The only real differences are that instead of let them eat cake, it's let them eat banana bread. And there's really no need for the guillotine this time. I think we have enough death going on without it. Anyway, for all of you out there interested in film, here's something for you. Due to the closing of movie theaters, the Academy Awards will now be considering films that go straight to streaming services without ever playing in theaters for awards. Unfortunately, though, there still are some restrictions on what films can be award contenders. For example, the illegal recording of my middle school production of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang didn't qualify. I know, kind of sucks. I really thought I had a chance there, but oh well, can't win them all. All right, before I let you go back to my much more professionally dressed counterparts, we've got one more compelling story for you. Who knows who Jeff Bezos is? Anyone? Anyone out there? Anyone heard of him? Well, for those of you who haven't, he is the founder and CEO of Amazon, although he looks more like a cross between Caesar Flickerman from The Hunger Games and Humpty Dumpty. Anyway, it has been predicted that Bezos may become the world's first trillionaire by 2026, largely due to Amazon's success as a result of this pandemic, aka your boredom-induced online shopping addiction is contributing to the reason why our friend Jeff over here will soon be able to afford 500 yachts instead of his previous 100 yachts. I know, it makes all the difference, right? And hey, whatever your opinion is about glorified robbers, rich people, you've got to admit that they make some pretty questionable decisions. For example, why is Jeff Bezos still bald? Come on. With his money, he could afford a whole new custom wig every single day. Heck, he could afford glow-in-the-dark hair transplants that shoot mini lasers at people whenever he blinks his eyes. But here he is looking like Mr. Clean's stuck-up cousin. All right, that's all the extremely important, captivating news I have for you today, folks. I hope I was able to enlighten you, present a new perspective on things, really challenge you intellectually. Anyway, now back to the people who actually know what they're doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lily Boulard. All right, so for those of you who don't know, today marks the 103rd anniversary of the Battle of the Hills. In short, this was a battle in World War I where France kicked Germany's ass over some land. And 103 years later, it serves as a segue into this SNL skit recreation. Please enjoy The War in Words.
Darling Margaret, this war is hell. We in our trench and the Germans in theirs. dying by the thousands. And for what? The only thoughts that calm my mind are those of you, my love. Your adoring husband, James.
James. Sounds dreadful. Love, Margaret.
My dearest Margaret, I was mad with excitement to receive your letter, though I found it lacking in substance. In future letters, please elaborate as I long to read your words. Yours faithfully, James.
James. Will do. Love, Margaret.
Margaret, my dear, seems that prose is not your forte. Perhaps you could send me a photograph of yourself instead? Your loving husband, James.
James. Enclosed is a photograph of me. Please enjoy it privately, you naughty boy. He. Love, Margaret.
Margaret, no! This is a photograph of you as a child, and the suggestion that I should enjoy it is extremely disturbing. Please send a current photograph of yourself instead. Your husband, James.
James. As requested, here's a photograph I've taken this afternoon. Please send back the other one if you can pry it away from your army friends, that is. He. Love, Margaret.
Again, my love, nobody finds your childhood photo arousing. And as for this current photograph, who is the gentleman you are with? He looks to have made himself very comfortable in our home, and why is he wearing my hat? Perhaps you'd like to give him my pocket watch as well? Answers, please, your husband, James.
Dear James, Henry here. I could not thank you enough for the pocket watch. I love it. You and your wife are so kind, which is why I don't believe in a word the newspapers are saying. There's no way she could have committed that crime. You can write me at 149 Teddy Street, Brighton, UK. Henry.
Wait, that's my house. My dearest Margaret, I am positively starved for context. Henry has led me to believe you're in trouble with the law. Of what crime are you accused? And who is Henry? And why is he living in our home? Confused in France. James.
James. Henry is the man in the photograph.
Yes, I know, but who is he?
Anyway, love, wish me luck. My trial is today. Love, Margaret. Oh, P.S. How is World War I going?
The war is bad, Margaret. And why would you call it World War I? That is cryptic. Do you think there will be a second World War? Also, still needed details about your legal troubles, i.e., how did the trial go? Also, our letters have become like the causes of this war. Deeply confused. Your husband, James.
My dearest James, forgive my silence. I will explain everything when I see you in France. That's right, I've joined the army as a gunnery maid. I will be serving under Captain Wilhelm in the Blitz Division. Love, Margaret.
Oh my God, she joined the German army. Have fun.
Thank you so much, Olivia and Lou, for that amazing reenactment. Up next, we have our first musical guest for the night. Not only is he an actor Lou and I have both worked with, he also sings in the Awaken a cappella group and is currently studying at UCLA, which is a UC in LA. Please welcome Zev Marks Khan.
Hey, thanks, guys. All right, so I'll just jump right in. Disclaimer, I'm not used to accompanying myself. Normally, I hang out with friends who do that. So I'm here with my guitar, trying my best. So forgive the guitar playing. But yeah, so my first song is going to be When We Were Young by Adele. Here we go. Everybody loves the things you do, from the way you talk to the way you move. Everybody here is watching you, 'cause you feel like home. You're like a dream come true. But if by chance you're here alone, can I have a moment before I go. 'Cause I've been by myself all night long, hoping you're someone I used to know. You look like a movie, you sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad of getting old and made us restless. It was just like a movie. It was just like a song. I was so scared to face my fears, 'cause nobody told me that you'd be here. And I swear you'd moved overseas. That's what you said when you left me. Still look like a movie, still sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad of getting old and made us restless. It was just like a movie. It was just like a song. When we were young, when we were young, when we were young, when we were young. And it's hard to admit that everything just takes me back to when you were there, to when you were there. And a part of me keeps holding on just in case it hasn't gone. Guess I still care. Do you still care? It was just like a movie. It's just like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. When we were young. Let me photograph you in this light in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad of getting old and made us restless. Oh, I'm so mad, I'm getting old, it makes me reckless. It was just like a movie. It was just like a song when we were young. All right, thank you guys. My next song, I thought I'd do one musical theater number for you, and that is going to be a fun song called "All Falls Down" from the musical Chaplin. So let me just set up the karaoke track. Cool. Hey there, Mr. Chaplin. You may think I'm rather small, 'cause the posh papers are falling at your feet. So go ahead and snub me, and don't return my calls, and build your house on top of Easy Street. But what you gonna do when it all falls down? 'Cause I let a little rumor spread. What you gonna do when I change the name of the person sleeping in your bed? What you gonna do when I tell the tale that makes the country turn its head. Just a little gossip and just a little lie. I'll simply say the little tramp is just a little spy. And what you gonna do when it all falls down? Hey there, Mr. Chaplin. Well, your act deserves applause. You wave your flag and the country is impressed. But I'm a voice among the crowd who's questioning your cause. And now I'll spread my doubt among the rest. But what you gonna do when it all falls down? And where you gonna go from there? What you gonna do when the money is gone? And who you gonna buy to care? What you gonna do when the country says, now get yourself out of here? What you gonna paint when you cannot paint the town? I'm gonna wipe the smile from that famous little clown. And what you gonna do when it all falls down? And all the king's horses and all the king's men will never put poor Charlie together again. And what you gonna do when it all falls down? All right. Awesome. So thanks, guys. I have one more song for you. It is by one of my favorite artists. His name is Stephen Day. It's called Tonight, and it's from his EP, Undergrad Romance. So here we go. Smile for me, baby. Wipe those tears from your face. Dance with me, darling. Why don't we dance the night away? And we'll rock to the rhythm of music. Find a spot to let go and just lose it. Whatever it takes to ease your mind and make a lady feel alright. It'd be my delight to right the wrongs for you tonight. Sing me a song, and I will sing right along. Whoa, no, play me a tune, and I will jump right in with you. Oh, no, and we'll rock to the rhythm of music. Find a spot to let go and just lose it. Whatever it takes to ease your mind and make a lady feel alright. It'd be my delight to right the wrongs for you tonight. Don't you shed a tear, baby, I'm right here. Forget the world around you, make it disappear. Come away with me, and I will set you free. Leave the world behind you and follow me tonight. And we'll rock to the rhythm of music. Find a spot to let go and just lose it. Whatever it takes to ease your mind and make a lady feel alright. It'd be my delight to right the wrongs for you tonight. It'd be my delight to right the wrongs for you tonight. Thanks, guys.
Yay! Thank
Thank you, Zev.
Yay!
All right, in getting back with the theme of the news, in other news, animal rescuers in Britain said a fox cub needed some help after being found with its head stuck inside a ceramic vase. Yeah, that's cute, but where was the British animal rescuers when I got my head stuck in the banister?
Although we are doing a comedy show, it seems irresponsible not to address the current trying times our island community is facing. So I wanted to bring some light to the fact that an Alameda High School senior has raised over $600 by selling homemade baked goods and jam. If you're looking for a delicious way to help Alameda, check out Jamming with Julia on Instagram for information about how to order cakes, cookies, cupcakes, chocolate cupcakes, and more delivered straight to your doorstep. Now, back to what's going on with the nation. 45 states have issued stay-at-home orders, so people are using public restrooms less than ever. Here with his thoughts on restroom etiquette is my friend Daniel Yurez.
Thank you, Lou. So here's my question. Of all the arbitrary constraints that society has bestowed upon us, none infuriate me quite as much as potty etiquette. I mean, you will be ridiculed, humiliated, if you dare poo in the pee place. Like, who on earth decided such a thing? Think about it this way. You can pee in a stall, and that's totally acceptable, right? So I ask you this, coward. How come the opposite is disgusting or I'm calling campus security? Like, really, it's the same thing. Yeah, stalls are more tailored for turds, but they can take pee just fine. Likewise, urinals are more pee-oriented, but they can take a deuce or two easily. Trust me, I've tested. So ultimately, we as a society must decide. Are stalls going to be poo only? And urinals pee only? Or are we free to defecate and urinate as we please?
Thank you so much, Daniel.
Oh no. Shameless plug alert time. Walter, do you have any upcoming performances that you'd like to shamelessly plug?
Yes, I do. I want to plug my show that is happening in 1 hour exactly. For those of you who don't know, I go to Oakland School for the Arts, and later tonight, we will be having a Zoom stream of our senior showcase. Email nhelfer@oakarts.org to RSVP. Do you have a shameless plug, Lou?
Do I have a shameless plug? Thank you for asking. The Alameda High School Cabaret is this Friday at 7, and it's a showcase of all the hard work that we've done in the drama department this year. In fact, we even have a preview for you now of the Drama 3 students doing an SNL skit. It's gonna be on YouTube.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello. Welcome to Sales Corp Industries' first Zoom call. This is how we're gonna be doing meetings now. So we want to get everyone acquainted with the program with a little Zoom tutorial. On call today, we have Brian from Sales.
Oh man, it's so good to see everyone. At a safe distance, that is.
Yeah. We got Crystal from Market
sorry,
Research.
my place is such a wreck.
Oh, no, it looks perfect. We got Kevin from Research.
Is anybody actually wearing pants? Now, be honest now. Zoom is fun.
Kev.
Oh, it is. It is. And of course, we have Henry and Nan, our favorite receptionists.
Yes, well, we just work the phones normally, so we're gonna see.
Yes, I got an email just for this.
Well, that's great. We're glad to have you. You guys will be just fine. Zoom has different layouts, so go around and play with that. The view on your screen while we chat. Anybody up to anything fun at home?
Well, mainly, like a lot of my cats just look at me like, shouldn't you be at work?
Yeah, I know. My dogs are so happy right now. I take them on like 12 walks a day.
Does anyone else like fully hate their kids?
And for me, it's been reevaluating which of my mugs I think is the funniest. Okay, now I think this isn't right.
Yes, and I have recorded my own commentary for a dog's purpose. Yeah, I think this is not right.
You just don't need to be that close to the camera.
Okay, well, I've been calling into QVC and telling them how good of a job I think they're doing.
Just reset the camera.
Like this? Did I activate Zoom?
No, you turned it off, and it looks like your avatar is a picture of Wayne Brady. Henry, Nan, just point the camera at yourselves. Leave it be.
I'm sorry.
We're not cut out for this.
I thought this computer only did solitaire.
We ruined the Zoom.
No, guys. Hey, don't cry.
Ah.
No one ruined the Zoom. We're all learning here. Okay, why don't I show you some other cool features it has, okay? Like there's virtual backgrounds. Even though you're at home, you can change your background to the beach or wherever you'd like to be most.
Oh, wow.
This is my beach. It is the only file I have on my computer, and it is my favorite doctor.
The poster from The Good Doctor?
He's a doctor, but he's different.
Okay, yeah. You can also share your screen down here.
Okay, am I doing it right? I was going for desktops. What part of my screen are you seeing?
We're seeing a Google search that says, Siri, is my daughter pregnant?
Oh, no.
Okay, I have a question. If a hacker were to get into Zoom, what could they find out?
Oh, no.
What can they tell me?
No. Please don't bring it to the bathroom. We can always see you.
I didn't know.
Okay, my screen is dark again. Darn it.
No, don't take her off your clothes. No. Don't take off. Oh my God, no. Stop. Both of you. I'm sorry to do this. Just please stop, please. No.
I have bad news.
I'm from hell.
I just found out I'm supposed to tip waiters.
I found out I've been wearing my shoes on the wrong feet.
Henry, Nan, don't be so hard on yourselves, guys. Technology is new. You're staying home. I'm sure you're great at that.
No, we're not.
I've never used soap before.
I used my license as toilet paper, and now I don't know my own birthday.
My husband says I can only use one sheet of toilet paper, but I need 3 to get all the dookie out.
If I can't kiss my kids on the mouth, I'm gonna hurt an animal.
I tried cleaning my butt in the middle of the night with a hose in my driveway, and I went viral.
Okay, you know what? Let's call it. Henry, Nan, we don't need you on any more Zoom calls.
Thank God.
Wonderful, thank God.
Hey, does anyone know where to find Nan's hose video?
Yeah, I'll send it to everyone.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Scene.
Thank you. That was okay. By far my favorite SNL recreation. Oh my God, I'm cracking up. Thank you so much to the amazing drama 3 class at Alameda High.
Okay, we have time for one more guest for you guys. It is a familiar face for all of you YPM regulars. Please welcome Lyris. Gonna do some songs for us. Hi, Lyris.
Okay, so I'm gonna play some songs that maybe you've heard before, but maybe you haven't. I don't know. This song is called "Waltz for Richard," and it's by First Aid Kit. our last trip to the coast, we watched the boat sail the sea. How effortlessly they float, he turned and said to me. And I can still remember the laughter in a stranger's face and the way you would tell me to slow down my pace. So when the waves come rolling in, and I won't turn the tide, and in the line of fire, well, you'll set me aside. So go on, Richard, let go. And I can still remember the laughter in a stranger's face and the way you would tell me to slow down my pace. But see, no living is that easy, no living is that fair. Of course I was gonna lose you, were you ever even there? Or were you ever even there? So when the waves come rolling in, then I won't turn the tide. And in the line of fire, well, you'll set me aside. So go on, Richard, let go. So go on, Richard, let go. That was a song by my favorite band, First Aid Kit. Best thing ever, you should go listen to them. And I think I have one more song, but let me think, hold on. Yeah, this one is an original, so here we go. And I hope you can all hear me well. I got a little bit of a makeshift situation with my audio. Okay. Lace fingers and paper planes are both circling the drain. Bitter winds blowing me from home as my heart turns into stone. Far off places and galaxies exist only in our dreams. And I'm trying to piece myself together, holding on to the pieces of earth where I'm tethered, so as not to blow away. I'm on my way, if only in my sleep. I'll make it someday, if only in my dreams. Some pain is as sharp as ice as it cuts through my heart. Hide the fear behind fake mistakes as the time runs out. Think of roses and tragic ends as I slip into the dark. And I'm trying to piece myself together, holding on to the pieces of earth where I'm tethered, so as not to go away. I'm on my way, if only in my sleep. I'll make it someday, if only in my dreams. If only in my dreams. That's called Paper Planes, and that's my original. So that's it. Bye. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Lyris. Yay.
Thank you so much, Lyris. That was beautiful.
Amazing. All the performers tonight, amazing. Everything, immaculate. So
just kiss.
The next thing that we have for you guys is we are going to answer some advice letters. If you want advice on our next show, go ahead and DM at Young People's Mic for a Dear Walter and Lou, and we may reply to it. But we've got some right here for you. I will. Do you want to read it, Walter? I can read the first.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll read the first one. All right, ready?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, dear Lou and Walter, how do I get more in shape without leaving my bed? I mean, besides to refill my goldfish cup. Thanks. Sad but enjoying goldfish in Alameda.
That's a good question. How do I
would say crunches. I mean, you can exercise in bed, and technically you haven't left the island. That is your bed. So getting some crunches in, wake up in the morning. Sometimes when last night I woke up at 4 a.m. and I just sat up and I was like, oh, that was so painful. But then I was like, I can try again. And then I did. And I was like, I just got a whole 30-minute workout. It was, oh my God. Guys, don't TikTok, look at their Instagram, they have the workouts, use them.
Chloe Ting, how can you get in shape without leaving your bed? That is a good question. I've seen my sister, she exercises. She does this thing where she lays on her back and she puts her feet up and spins them around. I think that's an exercise. It might be. What else can you do without leaving? I mean, you could stand on your bed and do jumping jacks.
I would also recommend, so the only time to leave the bed is to go and get the goldfish.
I've solved the mystery. Lengthen the distance between you and the goldfish.
Couple miles?
Walk to Safeway?
Eat it all in one bit, and then go to Safeway to buy the next one.
Okay, so hope that answers your question. Should I read the next one?
Please.
Dear Lou and Walter, my sister is getting real tired of me. My dad says I can't go into her room anymore after 11 p.m. when I'm bored. What should I do? Any crafts or fun things to watch? Anything but homework. Thanks. Bored. From New Jersey, Ohio.
I wonder if that's Barry Bittmore.
Barry Bittmore.
Barry Bittmore. Hey, listen, you squeezed the big
scariest 6 minutes of my life. Okay.
I just loved the leather trench coat. That's what really brought it all together for me.
I liked how he might have been laying on the floor. He was very over his camera.
Anyway, so
what do you do after 11 p.m. when you're bored?
Sleep. That's a good one. I would say spontaneous redecorate your room, because I honestly, all of my fits of passion of when I've had a little too much sugar and maybe a little caffeine, I'm very caffeine sensitive. Hi Franny. I have literally been so excited at 11, 12, maybe getting to 1, and I just go crazy on my room. I'm taking so many things out. I'm like, I don't even look at this anymore, and it's out of my room, non-existent. And it's really cool too. I feel, Lucas, you would really appreciate this because you will be living there. I have a picture of Chicago hanging up that my mom gave me, and I love it so much. It's just about my favorite thing.
I also have many art pieces in my room. If you see it's over here. My painting of a Minecraft heart.
Yes, I see. It's beautiful.
What to do at 11 when you're bored? Learn to knit.
Crochet.
Dare I say embroider?
Mm.
What else can you do after 11?
Have you found any good shows? He did mention there are some shows that I would like to watch. You know, is there anything at 11 that I could watch particularly?
What is on TV at 11? Well, if you have Amazon Prime Video, you can stream all the seasons of Survivor, which I am currently trying to do. Watch every season of Survivor. For a little context, in the 40th season of Survivor, every challenge is pretty much an obstacle course or a puzzle. But if you go back to the 3rd season, the first challenge they do involves taking shots of cow's blood. So I'm sticking to the seasons above 20 right now. they're a little better. But yeah, that's something you can do after 11 p.m. when you are bored. Do you want to?
It's not. Oh, I have another suggestion. It's not quite 11 p.m., but what you can do is record it at 7 and then watch it at 11. Is Jeopardy. Jeopardy is huge right now. My mom and my stepdad play it all the time. They're in love with it. It's
true.
hilarious.
We still have new episodes of Jeopardy because they're airing the Teachers Tournament, which is actually filmed in January, I believe. I love Jeopardy. I'm the biggest Jeopardy buff in the world.
So good.
Do you want to read the next question?
I absolutely would love to. All right. Dear Walter and Lou, quarantine is boring me so much. What should I do to prepare myself to have the best summer ever, if this ever ends? Wanting advice from you two hooligans. Love, Fun Seeker in San Diego.
I know exactly what you need to do. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get up. You're gonna stretch. You're gonna get on your bicycle. You're gonna drive to Target. You're gonna buy a kite. You're gonna all summer fly that kite. It'll be so high up in the air, and you'll feel so special. A little bit like Charlie Brown. A little bit like, doesn't Flat Stanley turn into a kite? Who else?
I was gonna say Ben Franklin, but
Ben Franklin had a kite. Who else had kites? The kiteboarders. You could be a kiteboarder. You could go to Board Sports Kiteboard Rental to have the best summer ever. Some fun things me and Walter have done together in the summer are, one time he came over to my house and we played Mafia in a big group, but then my dog pooped on the floor.
We also played Mario Kart.
I have completed the game Mario Kart.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Everything.
Oh gosh. Oh, here's what I was thinking. All right, so summertime, and what I've learned is, like, with Inside, there's no better time to start learning something new, because oh my god, we're inside, we're all cooped up. Let's just learn something. Let's make a craft. I mean, we already talked about crafts, but I was thinking in regards to, like, learning how to cook something new, or, you know, learning a new obscure fact. I've learned so many odd facts about history now. I mean, there's this one that I like to throw around that it's like Genghis Khan once raided a city with 80 people and came back with 81. They didn't break anyone out of prison. They just came back with more. Who knew? And but some other fun things to learn. Oh gosh, you can take online classes. Also, ordering food, take the advantage. I always find HelloFresh very nice.
Walter, you said something about learning a new recipe that made me think of something horrible that happened to me this week, which is actually, I was in my AP statistics class because I'm very smart, and our teacher asked, what is a recipe you guys have always wanted to learn how to cook? And since I'm always the only one with my camera on in any of my classes, I got to go first. And I said, I really have no idea how to make a good salad. Like, I've never been able to make one. I've only had like prepackaged salads or like salads that my parents have made because I don't have a sense of what vegetables are going to taste good together. And we don't like have like salad dressing in my house. I don't know how to make salad. And I said that and everyone thought I was stupid and I felt really dumb about it, but I'm hoping you can maybe validate me right now.
Lucas, I can tell you, you are not at all dumb. My first experience making a salad like from scratch, wild experience. So it was Mother's Day, or I think my mom had just had a bad weekend, and my dad texts me, "Hey, we're making dinner tonight." I go, "Okay, sure, that's fine." So my dad's on the main course, and then I am taking care of the salad. And so he wants me to make the salad beforehand. So I was like, "Okay, I gotta make the salad." So I got a bag of just lettuce and it worked. I just rinsed it out and I was like, good clean lettuce time. I found one that was a little black and I was like, you look infected, so took that one out of the bag. And then I was like, well, then what goes in the salad? And
salad,
what goes in salad? So that's I didn't use Google. I just used what was around me. So I looked at this green apple and I was like, I like apples. I like when apples are in things that I like, so I'm gonna put apples in this thing that I kind of don't like. Thank you so much. Yes, salads are so hard. So anyway, I was chopping up this apple and my dad was calling me like, oh my God, chef's kiss, the beautiful, good choice with the apple. And I was like, thanks, I'm 7 and I don't actually know what I'm doing. So I put it in and then I was like, we need something else. And like, ooh, maybe avocado, some diced avocado, putting that in there. Oh, I'm telling you, this salad, like, it didn't. And well, here's the thing though. What you want to go light on the dressing. It's good that you don't have dressing. The next step though is to get dressing. So I overdressed it. So it just kind of tasted like a balsamic soup with a very nice little, what is it? Herbal essence to it and a little bit of apple and a little bit of avocado. And I was impressed with myself, but I was also a little disappointed. I won't lie.
This is a true story about my grandfather and his experience as a chef, which is he doesn't know how children are. And we were making cookies. We wanted to make cookies. And he was like, we're gonna make these cookies, but healthy. And so in the recipe, he doubled the amount of everything he deemed healthy, like flour, baking soda, and he halved everything he thought was unhealthy, like sugar, butter, chocolate chips. And it turned out flat. Like, it was honestly kind of like corn chips. Oh my gosh. But with salads, I just have I have no sense of what goes into a salad. Like, I get the ones in the little thing from Trader Joe's, and that's the end of my salad expedition. But speaking of the end of expeditions, the end of
genius.
The end of this expedition.
This journey to the new world is over.
Thank you guys so much for coming to our show. We really hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you so much. And please join us next Wednesday and DM at Young People's Mic if you would like to be a featured guest.
Thank you so much. Good night.
Good night, everyone. Thank you so much.